Hey, welcome back to Planet X Review Time. I'm Andrew Horn. This is a show where I revisit something or rediscover something new and bring the reviews to you because I'm nice like that. So on this episode I'm going to talk about Storm issue 1 from Marvel Comics. I've been really looking forward to this title because I like the 80s era Marvel comic stuff. This is set back in the day where Storm was an X-Men team leader. So we've got like Wolverine and Colossus and everyone and Nightcrawler in their classic costumes. And it promised to be a lot of fun, showing a new side to Storm that we've not really explored that much, where she's trying to get to the grips of being an X-Men team leader and facing some different enemies and so on. And I thought the cover looked amazing and so on. And so I picked it up. I picked it up from Forbidden Planet in Nottingham City Centre. I was really excited to read it, and then I opened it, and oh dear, it's not what I expected. So, the script is fine. The script is not a bad script at all. Written by Ann Nocenti. Do apologise if that's wrong. The art is by Sid Koshan, who I'm not familiar with, and it needs a little work. You know, I couldn't do better. But there are moments in this comic where the anatomy is all over the place. Facial expressions get a bit weird. And characters just don't really look like the characters they're meant to. I mean, some of it looks amazing. I mean, check out this Storm here. Aurora Monroe looks fantastic there, really cool. But there's some moments, particularly there's a shot of Colossus that I use as an example, where it's just like, oh, that's a little off. So it's not necessarily bad. It's just doesn't seem to be consistent with the characters themselves. Here it is. Here is the shot. The panel. So we've got a very decent Colossus there, but what's going on with his face there? Where's the camera? There it is. I'm not entirely sure what the intention was with Colossus' face there. It doesn't entirely work for me, and unfortunately, it does start to take me out of the story as the issue goes on, because there are a lot of pages where the art is superb, where it is really, really good. But then there are some moments, again, Professor X there, what's going on, dude? It just takes you out of it. So what I think is needed for future issues of this, I'm hoping it gets a more unified art style, more consistency with the facial expressions and the anatomy of these characters, because it's not like these are new characters. These are characters that are well storied, lots of lore, thousands and thousands of comics over the years, so it's one way you should really be able to get them spot on every time. There's so much reference material out there. I totally understand an artist wanting to put their own stamp on something, but not to the detriment of the characters themselves. So I'm on the fence about this. I like the script, I like the story, I like most of the art, but some of it just takes me out of it. I will check out the second one though and see how it goes and see how it develops. It's a good comic. I recommend checking it out if you're a fan of this particular era of the X-Men universe, when Storm had the mohawk and the punk look, which was awesome. And you know, it even predates Wolverine having the blue and yellow costume, so it's still the classic Wolverine and everything like that. There's a lot to love here for fans of the classic X-Men era, but I'm not sure how much there is to love for new fans or new readers or people that are less familiar with all of the X-Men lore. But that said, it's worth checking out. If you can get past some of the slightly dodgy art choices, then I think this is a pretty decent comic. I will be checking out issue 2. Beyond that, I'm not sure. If the art doesn't become a bit more unified, a bit more consistent, I don't think I'm going to check out the rest. But that is a shame. So Storm #1 from Marvel Comics. It's out now. I think it came out a couple of weeks ago, actually. It's worth a read, but I am not sure if it's going to bring any new people to the audience. So that's my little review of Storm issue 1 from Marvel Comics. I am Andrew Horn. If you like this sort of thing, these are the mini episodes I put out during the week, where I review something. At the weekends I put out a full-length Planet Hex, such as the one this past weekend where I put out the Q&A from my book launch at the 80s Video Shop in Alfreton. Do go and check that out. And please do like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching this episode of Planet Hex Review Time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and validate my existence.